Imagine waking up one morning, opening your laptop, and realizing that the code you spent years mastering can now be written in seconds by an AI. Not just simple scripts, but entire applications, tests, and even architectural suggestions. Headlines scream that software developers are becoming obsolete. Social media is full of fear and excitement, and companies are racing to integrate AI into their workflows. So here's the real questions. Is artificial intelligence actually taking over software jobs, or is this just another tech panic cycle? And more importantly, what do developers themselves really think about it? Stay with me, because the reality is far more nuanced, more human, and more surprising than the headlines want you to believe. Why this fear feels different? Concerns about technology replacing jobs are not new. The automation of factories, the rise of personal computers, and even the introduction of cloud computing all sparked fears of mass unemployment. But AI feels different this time, especially in software development. For decades, programming was considered one of the safest careers. It required logical thinking, creativity, problem solving, and deep technical knowledge. Now, tools powered by large language models can generate code from plain English prompts. GitHub reported in 2023 that developers using AI coding assistants completed tasks up to 55% faster in controlled studies. That number alone was enough to send shockwaves through the industry. If AI can write code faster than humans, people naturally ask, why would companies still need developers? But speed alone doesn't tell the whole story. What AI can actually do in software development today. To understand whether AI is taking over software jobs, we need to be very precise about what AI can and cannot do right now. Modern AI tools excel at pattern recognition. They are trained on massive datasets of existing code, documentation, and programming discussions. This allows them to autocomplete functions, generate boilerplate code, suggest fixes for common bugs, and explain unfamiliar code snippets. In real-world usage, developers often rely on AI to handle repetitive tasks. Writing unit tests, converting code from one language to another, generating documentation, or scaffolding basic project structures are areas where AI performs reliably. However, these tools do not truly understand the software they produce. They predict what code looks right based on probabilities, not on intent or business goals. Studies from academic and industry researchers have shown that AI-generated code can include subtle security vulnerabilities, inefficient logic, or incorrect assumptions about requirements. In other words, AI is very good at assisting, but it still requires a human to guide, review, and take responsibility for the final outcome. Are software jobs actually disappearing? Let's look at the data instead of speculation. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, employment for software developers is projected to grow significantly over the next decade, faster than the average for most professions. While this data does not yet fully capture the long-term impact of generative AI, it does reflect a consistent demand for software talent across industries. Globally, companies are still struggling to fill developer roles. The World Economic Forum's Future of Jobs report consistently lists software development and related digital roles among the fastest-growing occupations. At the same time, hiring patterns are changing. Companies are increasingly looking for developers who can work alongside AI tools, not compete against them. Productivity expectations are rising, but that does not automatically translate to fewer jobs. Historically, productivity gains in technology often lead to more software being built, not less. When software becomes cheaper and faster to produce, demand tends to increase. What developers on the ground are saying, beyond statistics, developer sentiment tells a powerful story. Surveys from platforms like Stack Overflow and GitHub reveal a mixed emotional landscape. Many developers report excitement about AI tools because they reduce frustration and allow them to focus on more meaningful work. Tasks that once felt tedious are now faster and less draining. At the same time, anxiety is real. Junior developers, in particular, worry about entry-level opportunities shrinking. If AI can handle basic coding tasks, how do newcomers gain experience? Experienced developers often express a different concern. They worry less about replacement and more about deskilling. Relying too heavily on AI can weaken fundamental understanding if developers stop thinking critically about their code. Interestingly, a large number of developers describe AI as a pair programmer, rather than a replacement. It's a tool that works best when the human remains in control. The junior developer dilemma. One of the most debated issues in the AI conversation is its impact on early career developers. Traditionally, junior developers learned by doing simpler tasks, fixing bugs, writing tests, and implementing small features. These are exactly the tasks AI tools now handle well. Some companies have responded by raising the bar for entry-level roles, expecting candidates to already understand system design, debugging, and architectural thinking. This shift can make the path into software development more challenging. However, there is another side to this story. AI can act as a personalized tutor. It can explain concepts, provide examples, and help juniors learn faster than ever before. Developers who use AI intentionally, as a learning aid rather than a crutch, may progress more quickly than previous generations. The key difference is mindset. Developers who treat AI as a replacement for thinking struggle. Those who treat it as an accelerator tend to thrive. How software roles are actually changing. Rather than eliminating jobs, AI is reshaping what it means to be a software developer. Modern developers spend less time writing raw code and more time understanding problems. Communication with stakeholders, translating business needs into technical solutions, and making architectural decisions are becoming even more important. There is also growing demand for skills that AI cannot easily replicate. These include system design, security awareness, performance optimization, and ethical decision-making. AI can suggest patterns, but it cannot weigh long-term trade-offs or understand organizational context the way humans can. In many teams, developers are becoming editors and orchestrators. They guide AI tools, validate outputs, and integrate solutions into larger systems. This shift mirrors what happened when higher-level programming languages replaced assembly code. The abstraction increased, but developers did not disappear. Faster doesn't mean fewer jobs. A common assumption is that if developers become more productive, fewer developers will be needed. History suggests otherwise. When spreadsheets became widespread, they didn't eliminate accountants. When content management systems simplified website creation, demand for web developers still grew. The same pattern is emerging with AI-assisted coding. As development becomes faster, companies build more features, experiment more, and pursue ideas that were previously too expensive. Startups can launch faster, and established companies can iterate more aggressively. This increased output often leads to more work, not less. More software means more maintenance, more integrations, more security considerations, and more customization. AI may reduce the time required for certain tasks, but it also expands the scope of what organizations attempt to build. The human elements of software. Despite impressive capabilities, AI struggles in areas that define great software. Understanding ambiguous requirements is one of them. Real-world projects often start with unclear goals and evolving constraints. Developers must ask the right questions, challenge assumptions, and navigate conflicting priorities. AI can respond to instructions, but it cannot negotiate meaning or intent. Another limitation is accountability. When software fails, someone must understand why, fix it, and prevent it from happening again. Organizations still rely on humans to take responsibility for decisions, especially in safety-critical or regulated industries. Creativity also plays a role. Innovative solutions often come from deep domain understanding and intuition built through experience. AI can remix existing patterns, but breakthrough ideas usually emerge from human insight. How companies are actually using AI today. Most companies adopting AI are not using it to replace developers outright. Instead, they are integrating it into existing workflows. Engineering leaders often describe AI as a force multiplier. One developer can now accomplish what previously required several people, but teams still need skilled professionals to oversee the process. In many cases, companies invest in training developers to use AI effectively. This includes learning how to write better prompts, evaluate AI-generated code, and understand the limitations of the tools. The companies seeing the most success are those that treat AI adoption as a cultural change, not a cost-cutting measure. The psychological impact on developers. Even if jobs are not disappearing overnight, the psychological impact of AI is significant. Many developers report imposter syndrome intensified by AI. Fact-based discussions about technology, careers, and where the future is headed. And most importantly, stay curious, because in a world shaped by AI, the most valuable skill isn't coding alone, it's understanding how to use technology wisely. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.